Hello, everyone. This is the Blind Android podcast for this midweek of February the 18th. Is today the 18th, Austin?
No, it's the 19th, but it's the 18th it's 19th at my end, so it's
It's
18th at your end.
19th at your end, it's 18th at my end, and it's actually not even a midweek. We've already gone past the hump day, which is Wednesday. Today's Thursday and Friday out there if you're somewhere in Asia, like in India and other places and things like that. But this is just basically a very little demonstration or just because we had Android 12 dropped on us today, the first developer preview, and we thought that it would be nice for us to kind of just give a little quick overview of what it is like to start the setup. And so I had the ministerial, a Mongolian minister. I'm not even a deacon at this point, but so I was kind of trying to install this on my Pixel 3a earlier today, but when I turned that thing on, because the last time I turned it on was back in like January or February of 2020, and so the thing had only like 4% of battery left because when I put it away the battery wasn't full, and so I had to recharge it. And then when it turned on, it has an Android 11 update. I needed to install Android 11 and then all this security patches and all of that. So it took me a while to get all of that done. And then when I went to install it, I was having some difficulty, and so I called on the Mongolian minister to come on and assist me in getting this thing to install. And so there was Austin, and there I was standing on the river banks of Mongolia, and we dipped that thing into the water and baptized it. And so it has Android 12 Preview Developer 1.
Now, why did that flashing thing not work and why did Warren have to call me was because what was happening was that when we ran the flashall.bat, which file is in the archive when you download the factory image from Google, it would it would flash the bootloader and then reboot and would try to flash something, and it would say, oh, this requires a later version of something and the requirements were not met, and it gave errors. So what we had to do is we had to open the flashall.bat in notepad and copy each and every command in that flashall.bat. There are not many commands, there are 3 commands, 6 actually, because you have to flash the bootloader on slot A and B, you have to flash the radio on slot A and B, and then you need to flash a zip. So there are 5 commands. So you have to copy those 5 commands and paste them one by one in the CMD window, and then it would flash them accordingly. And once you flash the bootloader on slot A and B, you do a fast boot reboot bootloader. Then you flash the radios. You flash the radios on both the slots and then do again a fast boot reboot bootloader. Now, why you need to do this? Because every time you reboot to bootloader after updating a partition, it like refreshes the cache that is in the computer or in the system, so that now the requirement says, okay, your requirements are met and you can go ahead. Then the last step will be to flash that big img zip file, and that will flash all the required partitions on both the slots. Now, one word of caution: we don't recommend that users try out developer 1 or 2 if that is your only device, or if you don't have another device that you can use for daily use, because it may contain bugs. Talkback may be unstable or something, it may have bugs. So do not try DP1 or DP2. But if you have a device laying around, a Pixel 2, Pixel 3, very old device maybe, then you could try the DP1 and DP2. And we also will give a review on this DP1 in the next episode of the Blind Android Users podcast.
So I had Austin, the minister, assists me. We got that thing baptized. And so now I'm going to go through the quick initial setup and see if there's anything that has changed in the setup screen and things like that. And so here is that part of setting up the Android device after the developer preview has been installed. And so it's coming back now, and it's on the screen whereby I could now hold down the 2 volume keys or hold down my 2 fingers to enable accessibility. At this point, I'm going to hold down the 2 volume keys to enable accessibility. So here I am holding down the 2 volume keys. And by the way,
press and hold both volume keys for 3 seconds to use TalkBack.
I'm doing this on my 3A, Pixel 3A. So I'm going to hold down, volume down again.
TalkBack on. TalkBack is a screen reader primarily for people with blindness
All
and
right,
low vision.
now I'm going to
It allows interaction with the TalkBack tutorial. Back button.
I'm going
out
to
of
click
list,
back.
Navigation bar. Double tap to activate.
Okay.
Okay. This device is running a pre-released version of Android. To learn more, please visit developer.android.com/preview.
All right.
Once available, use swipe up then right to view.
Now
Okay.
I click
button.
OK.
Hi there. Language. English United States button. Double tap. Start.
And I
button.
click on Start. I just want to see
Connect
if
to mobile
anything has
network.
changed.
If you have a SIM card, insert it now.
At this point, I'm not going to put in my SIM card. I probably could, but I could just maybe skip this process and do it later. So
The SIM card tray is located on the top left edge. Download a SIM instead. Add a skip, but
so I'm going to
connect to
skip.
Wi-Fi. Connect to Wi-Fi. Select a network in list. Connect to Open Wi-Fi network. HP Print 50 OfficeJet Pro 8000.
All right. So now I'm going to go choose my Wi-Fi.
The mesh. Wi-Fi.
And now I'm going to mute for a little bit and put in my password and all of that, and I'll be right back. Okay, just connected to Wi-Fi, and it says updating my phone or Gboard
Okay,
and
Google.
all of that.
Model update. Updating voice model to better recognize when you say, okay, Google.
All right. So I'm letting it go through all of that.
Android setup. Just a sec. Android setup. Just a sec. Ring. Copy apps and data. You can choose to transfer your apps, photos, contacts, Google account, and more.
So I'm going to go
Accessibility
through
volume
this
set
and
to
to see if anything has changed or if things are still the same as it used to be. So
don't copy.
there's
button.
either
Copy
do
apps
not
and data.
copy, don't copy,
Double tap
or
to activate. Next button.
just click
Double
on
tap
next.
to activate. Use
And I'm
your
going to
old
try
phone.
to use, I'm going to say, hey, I don't have my old phone.
Can't use old phone. Button. Alert restore data without old phone. Okay.
Okay.
Just a sec. Android setup. Just a sec. Account setup. Checking info. Google Play services.
All right.
Checking info. Sign in with your Google account. Learn more. Sign in.
So
Sign in with your Google account. Learn more.
sign in with my
Web view.
Google account. All right.
Hi, Warren.
So it is there.
Describe. We publish the. I agree.
I agree. And then the
Getting
next
account
thing
info.
we need to do is let it go through the motion. Just trying to see if there's anything that's going to be different
Android setup.
from
Just a sec.
what we
Data transfer
have.
tool. Restore data from an old phone.
And now,
Choose a backup below. HTC One backup, December 18th. Don't restore, button, out of list.
I'm not going to
Double
restore
tap
from
tap.
that one.
Android setup. Just a sec. Android setup. Just a sec. Google services. More, button.
More.
Collapsed. Send usage and more. Collapsed. Send usage and diagnostic. Accept.
Okay.
Additional legal terms. I accept.
I'm just
Android
going
setup.
through this.
Just a sec. Showing numeric password keyboard. Set screen lock.
This is going to be
Editing.
where we could
Pin.
set in
Edit
a
box. Double tap
screen
and hold
lock
to long
and
press.
things like that. So I'm just going to give it a little something here. I'm going to mute for a little bit. Now I am on the screen where I could do the fingerprint thing.
Next button.
And I click on
Touch
next.
the sensor. It's on the back of your phone.
And so
Use your
I'm just going
finger.
I'm going to just use one finger.
Lift, then touch again. Put your finger on the sensor and lift after you feel a vibration.
All right.
Fingerprint
that
added.
is done. I'm going to click
next.
next.
Android setup. Just a sec. Continue setup. Continue button. Android setup. Just a sec. Your assistant will be right with you. Google. Yes, I'm in.
So I
Voice
accept.
match enrollment. Setup. Hey Google, with I agree, but your assistant can already recognize your voice.
All right. Kind of found my knucklehead in there, and so there was no need for me to try to do that again. And so there we go. Now I'm going to click on next.
Next, but Android setup. Just a sec. Squeeze for your assistant. Next. Squeeze quickly and release.
And
50%.
because
seat
this
control.
is my Pixel
Finish
3a,
up
so
or keep
all right.
adjust. Next, but Android setup. Just a sec. Google Pay.
The next thing that's coming up here is talking about Google Pay. I'm going to skip that for now, I believe.
You can pay with your phone in seconds. It's back button.
Okay, now
navigation bar.
I don't believe that was part
Double
of
tap to
the
activate.
setup in the past, but so this is something new.
Next.
Click on next.
Google Play Services. Google Play Services. Navigate up. Choose a card to set up. Use a card that's already saved in your wallet or add an Amex 1012. Google Play Balance. Add a new card. Choose a card to Amex 10. Google Play. Add a new. Navigate up. Button. Out
Okay.
of list. Double tap to activate.
I don't think I want to set up anything.
Google Pay. Next. Button.
So
Double tap to skip. Button.
I'm going to skip it
Double
for
tap.
now.
Always on display. Time, notification icons, and other info will appear on your lock screen.
Now, you know me, I don't like that.
Turn on, button. No thanks, button. Double tap
So
to
I
activate.
said no thanks.
Anything else? Set up a few more
This
things
is something
now, or
new that
find
we're
them later
seeing
in
here.
settings. Identify music around you, row 1, column 2, in grid. Change font size, row 2. Change wallpaper, column 2. Review additional apps, row 3. Control info on lock screen, column 2.
I've already
Double
told
tap
it
to
I didn't want to
activate.
see that.
No thanks, button, out of
I
grid.
can say no thanks.
Double tap to Just a sec. Get more tips and tricks. Yes, I'm in. No thanks, button. Yes, I'm
Yeah,
in. Stay up to date on Google's hardware products and yes, I'm
yeah,
in.
we'll say I'm in.
Getting your phone ready. This may
And
take
by the
a
way, I could
device
change
unlocked.
it. There we go.
Home screen 1 of 1. Home.
So the very
Third,
first thing,
Android
you know,
12 developer preview is available now with many under the hood updates. Actions available. Use swipe up then right to view. Completing setup. Installed 0 out of 8 applications. Finish setting up your Pixel. Just a few more steps.
Okay. So what's going to happen here, I need to go into the
Notification
settings, see
change.
what has changed, and
7:57
then we'll look
PM.
into
Double
what has
tap to
changed
activate.
in TalkBack and what hasn't changed.
Expanded. Pixel setup. Preparing for setup.
All right.
Collapse. Button. Notifications. Double tap to activate.
So it is still setting up and all of that. So let's see here. While it's setting up, let's go into the system
Quick
settings and see what we could find.
Open settings. Button.
So your open settings
tap
is
to
still where
activate.
it used to be. I believe all the 3 pages, like you swipe from here, this is the quick panel. And so, yeah, I swipe.
Nearby share. In pager.
Okay. Let's see what's in the quick panel. Okay, so in the quick panel,
On. Wi-Fi signal full. On. Not connected. Bluetooth. Off. Do not disturb. Off. Battery saver. Off. Auto rotate screen. Off. Flashlight. Switch. In pager.
Okay, let's go to page 2.
Unavailable. Unavailable. No SIM card. Off. Airplane mode. Off. Night light. Off. Screen record. Nearby share. Collapse. Wi-Fi
I think
3
that's
bars.
it. There are 2
Notifications.
pages. So I'm going to go
Quick
to
settings.
Open
Open
Settings.
settings.
And let's see
Settings.
if there's anything
Search
here
settings.
that has
Double tap
changed
to
at
activate.
all. Here's what we have.
Search settings. Network and internet, Wi-Fi, connected devices, Bluetooth, apps and notifications, assist, battery, 92% should last, display, styles, wallpapers, screen timeout, font size, sound and vibration, volume, storage, 21% used 50.5, privacy, permissions, account activity, personal data. Location, on 3 apps have access to location. Double tap to
Let's scroll
activate.
up.
Security, Play Protect, Screen Lock, Accounts, Google. Accessibility, Screen Readers, Display, Interaction Controls.
This is the
Double tap
area
to
we want to go
activate.
in to see if there's anything new.
Accessibility. Navigate up. Screen Readers, heading, in list. Select to speak, off gear selected text. Talkback, on, speak items on screen. Double text to speech output. Double
We'll
tap
come
to
back and see
activate.
what version of TalkBack is running on this thing.
Display, text and display. Magnification, off. Double, interaction controls. Accessibility menu, off control phone via large menu. Switch access, off control device with switches. Tap assistance. Double,
Scroll up a little bit.
system controls. Tap assistance. Double tap to activate.
I don't know what that is. Let's take a
Tap
look.
assistance. Touch and hold delay, short, in list.
Oh, I see.
Time to take action, accessibility timeout default.
All right.
Auto click dwell timing off. Double tap to activate.
All right. Let's go back here.
Back.
And by the way, it still has those
Tap
3
assistance
traditional
in
nav keys
Double tap
should
to
one wants to
activate.
use that.
System controls. Tap assist system control. Vibration and haptics on. Audio and on-screen text. Heading. Sound amplifier. Use headphones to improve audio. Double
Okay.
tap to activate. Audio adjustment. Double tap. Live transcribe. Convert speech to text.
All right.
Sound amplifier. Use headphones to audio adjustment. Live transcribe. Convert speech to text. Audio adjustment. Live transcribe.
Let me scroll up. There we go.
Live caption. Caption preferences. Off. Hearing aids. No hearing aids connected. Shortcut from lock screen. Allow feature shortcut to turn on from the lock screen. Hold both volume keys for a few seconds. On. Switch. Pixel
All
launcher.
right. I
Recent
think
apps.
that's
Shortcut from lock screen. Allow feature
that's it though.
system controls. Talkback.
Let's
on
look at the version of
Talkback.
TalkBack.
Email. Google.
See what's going on here.
When TalkBack is on, it provides spoken feedback.
We're
so
going
that
to
you
go
can
to the
use your device
settings
without
of TalkBack and see.
home. When TalkBack is on, use TalkBack on switch.
Okay.
Options heading. TalkBack shortcut. Hold volume keys.
All
Double
right.
on shortcut settings switch. Settings. Double tap to activate. TalkBack settings. Navigate up button. Double
So
tap
here
to
in
activate.
TalkBack settings, here's what we got.
Speech heading in list. Text to speech settings. Verbosity. Double use proximity sensor. Proximity
Let's
sensor
see
silences speech.
if anything has
verbosity.
changed in
Double
verbosity,
tap
shall
to
we?
activate. Choose a preset. Custom in list. Verbosity details heading. Keyboard echo. Always speak type. Keyboard echo. Speak usage hints. Usage hints are spoken during navigation after a brief delay. On switch. Speak list and grid information. List and grid info. Speak the number of list items on the screen. Speak element type. Element type is spoken. Speak phonetic letters. Phonetic letters are use pitch changes.
I'm
Double
just going to
tap to
go
activate.
down and see if there's
Speak
anything new.
phonetic. Use pitch changes. Speak when screen is off. Miscellaneous. Element description order. State. Name. Speak element IDs. Element IDs are not spoken for in labeled buttons. Off. Switch. On.
Let's turn that on.
Speak element ID.
Now I'm going to go back
button.
here. All right.
Use proximity sensor. Proximity verbosity. Use proximity speak passwords. Passwords always spoken. On. Switch. Other feedback. Vibration feedback. On. Switch. Sound feedback. On. Switch.
Now, if you
Double
wouldn't
tap to
mind, I want to
activate.
turn both of these off.
Vibration off. Sound feedback off.
All right. Let's go down.
Braille keyboard. Navigate. Single tap activation. Experimental tap on currently focused item. Show context menu as list. Gestures. Selector. Gestures.
Let's look at gestures
tap
if
to
there's
activate.
anything new.
Gesture. Shortcut gestures. Swipe up. Selected setting previous action. Swipe down. Selected setting next action. Swipe left. Previous item. Swipe right. Next item. Swipe up then down. Focus first item on. Swipe down then up. Swipe left.
I'm going to scroll up.
Swipe down.
Scroll
Fingerprint
down.
gestures. Heading. Swipe left then up. Fingerprint gesture. Swipe up on fingerprint sensor. Select previous.
Going to scroll down.
Swipe left on fingerprint sensor.
I'm going to go back here.
Button.
Okay.
Gestures. Selector. Double tap.
Let's scroll up.
Custom labels. Miscellaneous. Open TalkBack at the Play Store. Developer settings.
Let's go
Double
into
tap to
developer
activate.
settings.
Developer settings. Out of list. Navigate up. Log output level. Developer settings. Out of list. Log output level. Display speech output. Reduce window announcement. Window state changed announce. Enable node tree debugging. Enable performance. Filter accessibility. Explore by touch. On. Enable multi-finger gestures. Off. Switch.
There we go.
Double
So
tap to
there's the
activate.
multi-finger gestures in here. If we enable that.
On.
All right, now let's go
Back
back.
button.
That's the last one there.
Talk. Help and feedback. Talk developer settings.
Now
Double tap to
let's
activate.
go look at the multi-finger gestures
Single
now that
tap
we've
Other
enabled it.
Vibration feedback. Sound feedback volume. 50% of speed.
Let's go back here.
Open TalkBack at the place. Miscellaneous. Custom labels.
Oh, I scrolled too far down. There
Single
we
tap
go.
active. Use proximity set. Speak passwords. Other feed. Sound feed. Audio ducking. Braille keyboard. Navigation.
Yeah, so behavior is a little bit different because I've enabled those
Braille keyboard. Double
multi-finger.
tap. Navigation. Single tap. Show context menu. Gestures.
All right,
Double gestures.
let's see
Navigate up.
if we could find.
Swipe left then right. Scroll back. In list.
I'm going to see if I
Double
could
tap to
jump to
activate.
headings.
Navigate up. Button. Navigate up. Button.
Okay, it's not
Gestures.
giving me.
Shortcut gestures. Heading. In. Swipe up. Select. Swipe down. Swipe left. Previous item. Swipe up then right. Open local Swipe right then up. Unassigned. Swipe left then down. Swipe left. Multi-finger gestures. Heading. 2-finger tap. Pause feedback. 2-finger double tap. Play or pause media. 2-finger triple tap. Read from next item. 2-finger double tap and hold. Start selection mode. 2-finger swipe up. Scroll up. 2-finger swipe down. Scroll down. 2-finger swipe left. Scroll left. 2-finger swipe right. Scroll. 3-finger tap. Open global context menu. 3-finger double tap. Copy. 3-finger triple tap. Paste. 3-finger double tap and hold. Cut. 3-finger swipe up. All apps. 3-finger swipe down. Open quick settings. 4-finger swipe up. Home button. 4-finger swipe down. Open notifications. 4-finger swipe left. Overview button. 4-finger swipe right. Back button. Fingerprint gestures. Heading.
Okay,
Swipe up on fingerprint
so
sensor.
we got the
Select
idea
previous
here.
setting.
So I'm going to try to swipe
Double
with
tap
4
to
fingers,
activate.
and frankly, I don't like using a 4-finger swipe. There we go.
Home screen 1 of 1.
I
Home.
just swiped with 4
Actions
fingers.
available. Use swipe up then right to view.
I am now on my home screen. And hey, but you know, I didn't look at
Alert global context.
the TalkBack
Talkback settings.
version.
Talkback set. Speech. Heading. Version 9.0.0.3249322619. Out of list.
So that's the TalkBack version that came with that
Home
thing.
screen 1 of 1.
So now that we're done with the setting it up, and of course I've shown you guys the talk back and all of that. So now I just put the phone down, and so when I
No
picked it
SIM
up,
card. Emergency calls only.
of course my screen came alive. Of course I should have turned that off, but anyway, and
Device unlocked. 39 degrees in Moxie tomorrow. 6 degrees warmer than
whoa, we're gonna have nice weather tomorrow, because
app.
but I just shown you guys that quick multi gesture thing, the four fingers, swipe from the bottom to go home and all of that. Now, if you don't want to use that, you could change that.
Alert global
And,
context.
you could bring up the
Cancel.
talkback menu.
Play Store. Alert global context menu.
I just
Read
tapped
top,
with three
in list.
fingers to bring up
Double
the
tap to
talkback
activate.
menus. Because what was going on is that some people didn't have the three finger gestures enabled, but so I've gone through that. And so what's going to happen, is that we can go in here and change
Screen
that
off.
if you want to change it, if one wants to change,
8:23
if you don't
PM.
like the
Alert global context.
the three finger thing and all
Slide screen.
of that.
System actions. Talkback setting.
So
Talkback
I'm going to
settings.
scroll up
Version 9.
and go to
Talkback tutorial. Open developer settings.
because remember, you go back in here
Navigate
to
up
change
button.
that.
Double
And-
tap. Enable multi-finger gestures. On. Switch.
Okay,
Off.
so I just turned it off,
Back.
and
button.
now everything should be
Talkback
like
settings.
it used to be.
Developer
But
settings.
at
in
least
list.
we have those
Double
things
tap
in
to
there. Now I don't think I'm going to be using four fingers to try to go home. I'm going to use the native gestures of swiping with two fingers from the bottom to go to the home, and you could reassign the four finger one if you want. But I don't, I just like using
Recent apps.
the native
Google Play Store.
gestures wherever possible versus trying to use those from TalkBack. So Austin, should we go into the audio settings to see what has changed?
Yeah, let's go into audio settings and see what has
Actions
changed.
available.
But
Use
from the starting, I can say that I've heard the Pixel 3 before the installing the developer preview, and the audio has improved. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I say that, yeah, the audio is good. It's really good.
Ring.
But
Pixel launcher.
and when you hit the volume key, you still have those volume things on the sides, like we talked about.
Media. Tap to mute. Button. Sound settings. Button.
Let's
Settings
go
panel.
into the
Sound
sound
and vibration.
settings. Okay.
Media volume. In list. 32%. Seek control.
Wow.
Call volume. In list. 67%. Ring and notification. 71%. Alarm volume. In list. 83%. See more. Button. Out of list. Sound and vibration. Alarm. Vibration and haptics. On. Do not disturb. Off. Live caption. Automatically caption speech. Media. Show player. Double tap to activate.
Yeah, so it's just the same thing like we have in Android
Media.
11.
Show player. Shortcut to prevent ringing. Vibrate. On. Shortcut to
Okay.
advanced. Now playing. Phone ringtone. Default notification sound. Default alarm sound. Other sounds and vibrations. Double tap to activate.
I wonder what's in here.
Email.
Just
2 new messages. 2 new messages. Navigate up.
okay. Let's look.
Advanced. Now playing. On. Shortcut to prevent ringing. Switch.
Okay.
Double. Now playing. Now playing. Back. Button. Now playing. No songs identified yet. Double tap to activate.
So it's just the same kind of thing we have.
When music is playing nearby, you can see the song name and artist. Now playing works offline and never sends songs or conversations to Google.
All right. So this is the same thing like what we have.
Now playing.
So
Back.
let's go back here.
Now playing. Show. Default alarm sound. Bright. Dial pad tones. On. Switch. Welcome to the updated TalkBack. Page 1 of 4, out of list. You will get new, easier gestures, simpler menus, voice control, and more. You will
Okay.
learn about key updates and changes in the next few screens. This
So
will
I'm going to
take
go to
about 5
next.
minutes. Close, button. Next,
I hit double
next.
tapping on my phone.
New gestures. Page 2 of 4. New gestures have been added to make TalkBack faster and easier to use. On this screen, you can try the new gestures.
Okay.
Note, you have customized some of your gestures, so this information may not be accurate. To review your gestures, go to TalkBack settings. To pause or play media in a video or music app, double tap with 2 fingers. Try. Other apps may use this gesture for things like answering or ending a phone call. This gesture may not be supported by all apps.
Okay.
To stop TalkBack from talking temporarily, tap with 2 fingers.
All right.
To copy text, double tap with 3 fingers. To paste text, triple tap with 3 fingers. To cut text, double tap and hold with 3 fingers. To start or end text selection mode, double tap and hold with 2 fingers. Next, button. Reading controls. Page 3 of 4.
So this is reading controls.
These shortcuts can help you quickly change settings, like switching your navigation from characters to words or changing TalkBack's speech rate. Step 1. Swipe right with 3 fingers to select the next reading control. Step 2. Swipe down with 1 finger to move the navigation focus forward or adjust a reading control down.
Okay.
Try it now. Swipe right with 3 fingers.
You
can also reverse either of these gestures. Swipe left with 3 fingers to select the previous reading control. Swipe up with 1 finger to move the navigation focus backward or adjust a reading control up. You can customize your reading controls in TalkBack settings.
All right.
Next, button. More new features. Page 4 of 4. Global and local context menus, used to help you find settings and controls, are now united in a single TalkBack menu. You can open it by tapping with 3 fingers. Try it now. Your existing gestures will still take you to the new united menu. Swipe down and then right.
All right.
Now you can use your voice to control TalkBack quickly. To try it, swipe right then up. TalkBack now includes a Braille keyboard so you can type faster with Braille. To try it, go to TalkBack settings. Finish, button. TalkBack settings. New features in TalkBack and list.
That will be
Double tap
it
to
though.
activate.
So if one enables those multi-finger gestures, then you will have some of these things. But I have disabled my multi-gesture finger support. However, I noticed that I can still invoke the TalkBack settings with a single tap with 3 fingers.
TalkBack menu.
See, there it
Actions,
is.
In list.
So it seems like these things are kind of like the defaults, and they still work. And so that makes sense that we have that working there. So one could always use that if one doesn't want to use the angle gesture of, say I want down arrow, swipe down and curve to the right.
TalkBack menu.
That's what I just did.
Next item, in list. Cancel.
So whether you like the swiping down and curving to the right, you could do that. Or if you'd like to use your 3 fingers and tap, you could still do that. So I think that's a good thing to have, most especially for people who like those multi-finger gestures. This is going to be your heaven. Of course, we do have that also in Android 11, as we've said earlier on, and I think we've talked about that on our mailing list. So that would be what I think is new. I just want to see what it would behave like on a web page, though. blindandroidusers.com.
Go. Keyboard hidden.
Let's see if it takes me to blindandroidusers.com.
Welcome to Blind Android Users, heading 1.
Okay.
Your new home for everything and anything having to do with Android for those who are blind or visually impaired. Browse written or audio tutorials, listen to podcast episodes, or check out some of our recommended friends' homepages.
All right, so let's see.
Learn more button. Twitter link. Twitter.
Shall we?
Blind Android Users Podcast. Heading 2.
Let's.
Audio player. Audio player, application, Blind Android Users Podcast Episode 9. It's all about SuperSense, graphic, Blind Android Users Podcast Episode 9. It's all about SuperSense, 0 in episode.
Okay.
Welcome to episode. Opening square bracket ... closing square bracket.
I want to find.
Change playback rate 1x, button. Skip backward, button. Play pause, button.
It is time for your favorite Android podcast from the crew of blindandroidusers.com. Kick back, enjoy another fine episode from a blindness perspective as we navigate Android. And that was a little demonstration of our webpage. And so I think the test would come when one wants to copy something, and I don't believe that we have the selective copying yet available. We'll be posting some of these things on our email list because I don't want to take too much time. We've already gone too long on this, and if I find anything new, I will be talking about it when we do our main podcast episode.
1, 2, or 3. Or even, the changes roll out very slowly. So if we are going to have 8 cycles of Android 12 release this year, 5 public betas and 3 developer previews, or I should say 3 developer previews come first, and then 5 public betas. So changes are going to roll out even in beta 3 and beta 4. Beta 4, the changes are going to slow down and mostly going to roll out to the final, going to move to the final staging release. But not much changes have been seen in developer 1, 2, and 3 in the past also. But compared to the past developer previews, I would say that this year's developer preview 1 is even more responsive. Now, this may vary for different devices, at least on a Pixel 3 when we demoed the setup and everything. It was very, very responsive. One of the big changes in developer preview 1 of Android 12 that we have seen is a deeper integration into Google Pay. So that change is there. That is the change that we have seen. And then there will be some under the hood changes here and there. But as we get close to the release, we will see more changes.
And I think that will be it for now.
So that was the demo of Android 12. I think although our website is simple, but I think it has slightly improved on the website. On the web view has improved on navigating websites. But the test will come when we navigate something like CNN or some difficult websites. So I think that will be the demo of Android 12. I hope you enjoyed this midweek episode or the weekend episode or whatever you want to call it. To contact us, you can send an email to contact us at blindandroidusers.com. You can subscribe to our mailing group. To do that, send an email to blind Android users plus subscribe at groups.io. We have a Telegram group. The link will be in the show notes and it is also on our website. And you can follow us on Twitter by searching for Blind Droid Users. Until next time, see you.
Thank you.